just feeding Yeshua garden, and want to show you some new growth. I've been out here getting tomatoes and cucumbers. I've seen my videos on those, but I want to come out and I want to grab a couple things today. I know it's feel like it's like hot outside, but at the same time, I want to be able to get some because I need to go make a couple of runs, and I'm not sure if I'm gonna be back in time to make a nicer video. So I'm gonna flip you guys around and show you the growth in the garden and the harvesting time. And the tomatoes are booming like crazy. I got new strawberries. Um, Cucumbers are regrowing again. It's giants as the first time, but they are growing. The corn is growing, and I also got some banana peppers over here growing, and some sweet potatoes growing, onions, and all those things are growing as well. And I will be able to check those things out. But I'm finna go out here now. It's gonna be a lot of sunshine. Just to let you guys know, you will hear the birds chirping going on if you don't already hear them now. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go out here and get some tomatoes because there's a lot of tomatoes that's actually ripe out here, and I want to get them before they get too ripe or overripe because of the expected growth in the garden. I got a cantaloupe growing. I thought mistakenly, I actually thought it was a watermelon, but it wasn't. It was actually a cantaloupe. So my watermelons vines are growing, but I don't have any watermelon coming up yet. But I will show you guys this stuff as well. Also, and forgive me because I have got to have a surgery on my mouth, so half of my face is swollen, and so if it sounds like I'm not my full self or sounding kind of like a little different, then that's the reason why as well. But I'm gonna do my best to try to communicate as much as I possibly can to you. I know I got some strawberries I want to get picked that I looked at from earlier today and seeing those. My beans are coming up. Um, and then there's a couple other things like some carrots are coming up. I'm gonna actually see if some of those are ready. I just got two berries off my climbing blueberry bush or tree, and they were very, very tasty. So I like that. I'm also I'm gonna move you guys around, and I got my stand here, but I'm actually gonna move you around in the garden because there's a lot of stuff that's in different areas and different parts, and I'll have to just basically just move you because all the overgrowth that's in the garden. I definitely thank the Lord for the overgrowth in the garden. I got some banana peppers here at the pool, so I'm just basically gonna get quite a bit of number of different things, variety of things. I do have big gigantic cucumbers inside, as well as tomatoes and stuff, and I'm talking about big. They're big. Some of the biggest cucumbers I have seen since I've been growing and doing my garden. They're tremendously big. So, and I'm gonna show you some of those once we get back in. I go in and get some of those and show you those there. I'm also gonna check the potatoes. When I planted potatoes, they usually run between 100 to from 75 to 100 days. I'm actually past the 100 mark on the days. When I did check to see was there any not tomatoes, potatoes in the ground. I didn't feel any, so right now it said wait till the leaves turn yellow, and then actually wait till they die out. And there's a bunch of them that are actually dying out right now. I'm not gonna check it right now because the sun is still kind of like beaming. So I will get it at a later time, maybe later today if I'm back in time. But once I do my running around, I gotta go find some canning jars, um, and get some other stuff. And I might just go on back out to my job and get some more of this organic dirt, because this organic dirt is doing like crazy in the garden with this year. First time using it, and it's back to roots organic raised bed mix, and I've been planting it everywhere. So kudos to them. Of course, to the Lord as well, because He's the main reason for everything that's growing anyway. But ever since I switched over to this, back to roots raised mixed bed, organic, um, things been just growing like crazy. I only had like a couple of bugs that I actually had to get rid of, And I just came out with my 7th spray and sprayed everything. And then I did that like in between the rain spells. Right now, I don't think we're getting in the rain too soon. I'm not sure because we're in the south and there's a lot of rain right now while I'm doing this video and snowing on the other side of the street. So it's just life. It just happens like that. Well, so you guys, if you're not a part of this channel, please like, subscribe, and follow me on my YouTube channel. I did find a yellow table. You're gonna see that in a minute when I flip it around. Somebody was actually throwing it out, and I said, "Oh, I can use that in my garden to put some plants and stuff on." So I got it in the garden, and I'm actually gonna clean it up and make it look real good and all that other good stuff and everything. Not today, but just to tell you about it as well. So let me get you down here with me to the garden as well. And like I said before, you hear all the birds. I love coming outside in early in the morning or any time of day and just seeing these birds. The peace is just outstanding until the neighbors wake up and start hollering and cussing and going on. But you know how that is. That's in every neighborhood. Maybe I can find a place in the country somewhere I want to deal with them myself. I'm hurting. Thank you for asking. My my left side of my jaw is swelling, and I'm hurting, but I'm okay. It is. It's been swelling for like the last couple of days. I got to have surgery on Monday, so they're gonna go in and actually do full surgery on my mouth, and get that tooth and whatever else whatever amount of gold they can find in my mouth, and get that out of there and stuff as well. So I do thank y'all. Appreciate you asking as well. I am on pain medications. I do have that. And so I am taking those. And then I did go see my doctor today and let them know, hey, I'm swelling, and so they're going to actually prescribe me something else. If it continues to swell in this process, they will prescribe me other medicine as well. So thank you for asking that, Rebecca Town. I please appreciate that. And also thank you for subscribing to my channel as well. Definitely appreciate that as well. But let me get y'all flipped around so you can see this amazing growth in this garden that the Lord has done. So this is the garden, and I'm gonna pull you guys down here. I was actually standing on my porch. I was like, man, should I go out my hand to heat right now? But yeah. So let me show you the amazing growth in this garden right here. And I'm gonna actually put you here. I think you can be able to sit right here. Or maybe let me put y'all here on a flat level. And so I'm gonna check some different area. This bed here is potatoes, and this is one of the beds I was telling you about. Let me bring you down to my level. This is the potatoes here, and they were saying, and I was kind of looking around and checking. This is the yellow table I was telling you guys about that I found right here, and I'm gonna take that joke and spruce it up. I'll do it a different way, but I'm gonna go ahead and pull these potatoes right now because they are dying out. So that's another good thing on this here as well. So let me pull this up a little closer. I think I just gonna sit on the table. This is a carrot right here. Oh man, that's nice. That's nice. That's a nice growth on that carrot. So we got a carrot right here. I wasn't expecting for the carrot to look like that, but man, that's a nice sized carrot right there. And I put that in my bag here. And this is another potato. It's a tomato right here that looks real good as well. So let me look up in here. Oh yeah. That's grass there. Yeah, look at that. Got a potato in there. Got another one. Yeah, it's some other ones in here. That a little small one right there. Let me take my hand brace off. And another one here. And my neighbor was calling me over there. She actually called the dog. So here's a potato here that I can actually put back in there. It's got some nice roots on there, so that's gonna go back in the ground. Not getting as many as I thought I would get. I did get some, but not as many as I thought I was gonna get out this one bed. I'll look on the other side in a minute. A couple right there. Let me put them back in the ground. Take them back in there too. Some of them just stick back in the ground because they got something on it. A little bit. That's a pretty nice size one there. That's a good size one. Like I said, it's a couple of them that's got some growth on him. I know it takes anywhere from 75 to 100 days, and they've been out here well over that time. I was just surprised of how many it was just in that little bit. I was expecting for more. This is from a half of one, and it did a couple of them. So I'm gonna put these back in the ground because I'm gonna let these continue to grow. Not gonna tear anything off it. Just get the hole back and stick it back in there. And that one's still growing. I'm gonna let it continue to grow. So for the most part, most of them are still growing. And I'm just not sure why they are dying out on me. And I'm gonna just bury them right back in the ground. This one watermelon vine here, he's just growing all up in there. So I'm gonna let him hang out in there and stay. So I got a couple of them out of there. Not like I was expecting. I was actually expecting for a greater overflow in that one. But I'm gonna leave that bed there and let it just stay. Add some more organic soil on top, just see what it does. And that is quite a lot based off of just cutting. I did this came off of like 2 or 3, and all I did is really basically just put it on maybe 1 or 2 streams, and that was it. So that looked pretty good for that growth of time. It ain't a major one like I wanted it to be. I expect for it to be a lot, and it might definitely be a lot later. So I'm gonna just leave the rest of them in the ground and let them do what they gotta do, and see what happens from there. But I am amazed about this carrot. I had one carrot that was completely long like that. So, and also you can eat the leaves of the carrots for your salad. And these are very, very tasty leaves. Wash them up, get them all cleaned up real good, and cut them up and add them into your salad. They will be very tasty for your salad as well. I'm gonna replant these jokers here. Stick these jokers back in the ground. Add another part. Well, got some dirt behind me here, and I'll just add that in there. I can get those in there, and that'll just grow up in there real good as well. Let me move you over and show you some cucumbers here. I picked some cucumbers the other day, and I'm actually gonna come in and show you those cucumbers. And then we're gonna go ahead to the tomatoes here. So let me flip you around here. Got some new growth that is growing right here. It's growing behind these leaves. So it was quite a bit of cucumbers that was growing in these leaves here as well. My cabbages over here. These are cabbages here. I got to come back and see what's going on with them because they all of a sudden start folding. It might be because of the heat. Could be as well. Then these are tomatoes here. That is coming over here. There's a lot of cherry tomatoes and stuff. And so these are another set of tomatoes on this side. And these are cherry tomatoes here. And these are what you call cluster cherries. So they kind of grow real big on this side over here. And then, of course, these tomatoes here are really big here. They are really the biggest ones on this side over here. These are what a lot of people have been asking me for. Because they want to do fried green tomatoes, and they've been asking me to come out of my garden and pick the green ones so that they can fry them and stuff. And it's a southern thing. I don't know what your neck of the woods, what it might be, but down here in the south, they love the fried green tomatoes, and so that's a good size tomato right there. And most all of them is producing big. Some of the other ones that's on that side over there are the real big ones. They're actually bigger than this here, and so they actually do a lot more as well on here. These are onions over here. And then, of course, I have other cucumbers and stuff that's growing like crazy right here in front of me. The vines are going every which way. So I added a trellis on this one with the cucumbers here because it was just so much growing, and I put this trellis here to try to get it to go up over the onions and the garlics and all the other stuff that was growing as well. And so I wanted to be able to come back and see what's going on. Yeah, so the right now what's going on with the cabbages is hot out here, so they basically cover themselves up. And I don't blame them because I'm sweating like crazy out here myself. But in here, behind the leaves, there's a ton cucumbers growing. And so flowering and cucumbering up, and they're coming here. These are onions. Let me put you here. These are onions down here. And so just to say, they are kind of growing kind of hard in this ground here for them. Put that back in there. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have to come later on and water these jokers on everything. So these onions are not for me. They're actually for my fiance and other my families and friends. I don't eat onions. I'm allergic to them. So that's basically what it is. That I grew up for you, just won't eat it. And stuff. That's all that is. And that's what the garden looking like over here so far. And like I said, I'm out here in the sun. It's like 84 degrees right now. I think it's 84, somewhere in that neck of the woods. I got my raised bed stuff here. That's a cantaloupe growing over here on the side right here. It's a cantaloupe. Got my beans that's growing up on this side next to this Arkansas black tree. Arkansas black apple, I'm sorry. And then down on this end, another watermelon vine. And these are strawberries down here. Come down here and get these strawberries out of there. And strawberry right there. And got a couple of other strawberries off inside there. Another carrot in there and stuff. And then of course, got more tomatoes here. These are more tomatoes here and stuff. And these are carrots here growing with the delicious yellow apple tree here. And then over here is the Jubilee watermelons. That's the corn right there. There's garlic on that side there. Those are Jubilee watermelons. Nothing to forming on those yet. These are cantaloupes. There's a Fuji apple back there. The one in the corner is a Florida Pride peach tree. And then these are tomatoes here. Now these tomatoes here are called cluster tomatoes. What they actually would do is that they would go in big clusters like this here. And so each one of these clusters would get huge. They got another one. Big one up in here. So these are clusters. And they would grow like this, big cluster. They just need washing off. So these are cluster tomatoes here. And they grow nice and they're nice and red. Let me put some back in these bags over here. It is hot out here, guys. I had some okra going on out here, but due to the tons of rain I was getting, well, we were getting really, they killed it, and I wasn't gonna buy another set of okra. I spent tons of money already and wasn't gonna keep purchasing all that as well. So another cluster over here. And these jokers will come in clusters. So these are the ones you buy at the store, and they on a vine. So you get them, they on a vine, they on a cluster vine. You get them like at Sam Club, Walmart, different stuff like that. These are what these are, and they grow on this big old long vine. So they would be in a package. I think they're like $4.95 or $4.97, something like that, but almost $5 for like 6 or 7 of them. And you get them in these cluster packages like this here. And so basically you just get you one at the store. And I did this last year. I got one out the store, cut it, and put that sucker straight in the ground. I'll say within 80 days, I had tomatoes up to crazy. That was growing like crazy. And it was everywhere. I'm talking about everywhere. More than, well, this is more because I'm actually doing like at least 7 to 8 different tomatoes. And while I was doing a research on this, I found that it was actually 1,500 different types of tomatoes. Not going to grow all 1,500 of them, but they would give different stuff to different ones. And now a lot of this dead growth that you guys see here on the tomatoes is due from the rain, then the sun, then the rain, then the sun. And I actually found out I can get some hydrogen peroxide, 3%, mix it with some water, and come out here and spray it on all this, and everything to come back to life, which is cool. And it actually give another green reboost as well, and that's real cool. These are on this side here are sweet potatoes. Those cantaloupes. This is a sundry plum tree here. I got another friend who will give me a plum tree as well. That's going to come soon. We got some other potatoes right here, and that's ready. We got rid of that thing here. And this is actually in a potato bag. So I'm actually going to just leave these and let them do what they got to do inside the bag. I'm going to wait till them completely die out. Not going to dig those up. Got a watermelon vines running. I bust this joker, but I'm going to take it on in the house this way. This is the blueberry that I just got blueberries off of not too long ago. And I ate a couple of these. The birds keep coming, taking them. But they are here, and they are sweet. There's not that many, because the birds keep yanking them. And then, of course, from this garden here, this is bell pepper here. And I'm gonna stand you guys back out. Sorry about all the moving and stuff. I'm trying to get y'all where y'all can see me and all that good stuff. So these are the